And we're back with the week 7 of the YCast.
Woohoo!
Hello, everybody.
I am joined here today with
Dimension
a lot of
satire.
people.
It's a party in
Geo.
here, baby.
Name yourself.
Stop it!
Professional opening for the win.
We have Wolfie and another wolf.
We have two wolves.
Don Wolf and Blue Wolf, but we call Don Wolf Ginyu because, surprise, surprise.
I
he's
am the
Ginyu.
coach of the
The
Ginyu
captain.
Force.
It
I
only
am the
makes sense
captain
that
of the
he is
Ginyu
Ginyu.
Force.
He is the coach of the Ginyu Force.
I am the Ginyu. The Ginyu with me.
Toku Sentai, Toku Sentai.
Toku Sentai, Toku Sentai.
Okay. Oh boy. Week 7. This is week 7, right?
Yep.
I lost track.
I'm just making
yeah.
I'm just making sure because I don't want to do a different week by accident.
No, it's
Okay,
Good.
week 7. Majins at Super Saiyans.
That was a great
This
match.
wasn't as close as it should have been, I feel.
I have to agree. Outside of Bardock's performance,
No,
I
Super
felt-
Saiyans. Super
No,
Saiyans.
Super
sorry.
Saiyans.
I got my fans confused. Sorry.
One is
I meant-
shiny, the other
What
one
I
is
meant
not.
to say was Goku's performance.
Goku was out.
Oh. Well, there you go. I
See,
can't really judge
Goku's
his performance all
was
too
really
well.
lackluster. He didn't even show up.
It was so bad. It was like he wasn't even there.
I'm sorry, guys. I am really out of it today.
Don't worry about it. I didn't even get to see the last half of this match. Or was it the first half?
Did you see
I don't
Trunks or
remember.
did you see?
I saw Maju do things and then get beat.
Yeah.
now I
Majin was
missed this
last.
match, but I'm just going to guess that Spopovich had a hard time.
If I remember
No,
correctly,
Spopovich actually had a
did
great
very
time
well.
because
No,
Yeah.
Spopovich did really good. I remember seeing
Really?
him beat almost two. He almost beat 2 Vegetas.
Yes.
yeah,
Against a power body Trunks?
Yeah, he destroyed Trunks. If I remember
He
correctly,
destroyed.
he two-barred Trunks,
Ooh,
and then Vegeta came out, and he went basically toe-to-toe with that Vegeta.
I
Yeah,
want to see this.
I
Sorry,
definitely
I
He
have
was
missed this
very
match.
good.
I'm very disappointed
Popovich
in
is
myself.
probably one of the. If it weren't for Deborah, I would say Popovich was the highlight.
Yes.
yeah. Deborah did really well too as well this week, and I'm pretty sure I'd have to double check this, but I'm pretty sure the 1 week they take Spopovich off Power Body and put him back on Eternal Life, which worked last season, he does really well.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
that was great.
Oh, before we move on any further from that, since we did not have the podcast last week, I would like to touch on, well, not really touch on it, but I'm going to throw this out there. Both Frieza and Deborah went Elite last week.
Yeah,
Against
in
each
the
other.
same
Against
match.
each other, which is awesome.
That's
pretty
not
cool.
something you generally imagine happening, because if some person goes Elite, it means the other team got destroyed. But that was not the
No,
case.
not this case.
Now,
Not this
Frieza
case.
Frieza went better Elite.
Yes. And like,
He almost 10,000 upped.
and Deborah
Now,
went
what
absolute
should have-
spam.
now what should have happened in ED versus Ginyu, I don't even remember which week this was. I think it was last week. It
No, I
should
think
have
it
been
was-
Goldo and Chaozu going Elite. That would have made my day.
The problem is they were
Yes.
facing each other, so there's no way that was going to happen.
Yeah, one
unless
could
one
one could tag Goldo tags or
Details,
Chaozu
details.
tags on his first bars. It's totally possible.
Now, I mean, there is something I want to touch on about that, but that'll be later in this podcast. But anyway.
All right.
So anyway,
I'm just gonna,
I've
like-
got a little bit of inside information about this match because Crimson Flame asked me for about my opinions generally, and I gave them to an extent. And what I remember last say was that Trunks would be last to deal with Majub, and Vegeta would be first to deal with Spopovich. And somehow something I don't even entirely remember how it got switched. Like he copied the wrong copy and pasted the wrong thing or something. But what happened was Trunks came out against Spopovich and got destroyed, and Vegeta came out against Majub and got destroyed.
Yeah.
Whereas if it was the other way around, it very well could have been a different fight.
I'm just looking at that build.
Well,
and
did he
Vegeta
really
with
plan
Power
on?
Body could be
Did he
great.
really? Yeah, they've been doing that for a while, so that's he was pretty good. They did it against the Vals, I think. Yeah, and it tore apart, or it didn't tear apart, but it did decent. I think not as good as they wanted. What I was gonna say was, did Crimson really expect to use Trunks with Power Body against Majub, or did like the whole build change up, expecting to put
No,
Trunks up first?
I honestly don't remember that part of it. The reason why he wanted Trunks against Majub was basically Trunks's complete and total aggression, which he has shown in previous weeks to great effect, would shut down Majub's anything. Was basically the theory behind it. So I'm not
Unfortunately,
sure.
In my
yeah. If I may say,
in my opinion, at least.
yeah.
Mhm. No, go on.
I feel that Trunks did show that aggression, but he was just fighting against someone who could be even more aggressive. You know, someone that could counter him in such a way that I don't think he was expected. If that makes any sense.
Right.
No, I understand because sorry, go on, Tito.
Now, okay, I'm trying to watch, because I missed this match. I'm trying to watch the fight between Trunks and Spopovich, and it doesn't look like Spopovich was more aggressive. It was just he was overall smarter, more dodging, a lot more smash attacks.
Basically, it
Good
was
effect
just
as
a
well,
bad
seeing as
matchup.
how Trunks had power body. I wouldn't say that, because you'd expect Spopovich to actually have trouble here. He smashes, sure, but he's not aggressive. And he does go into melee a lot, and his B2s aren't super strong either, and they're not even highlighted in his build. With all he has is fighting spirit, so I mean it helps a little, but not so much. I think Spopovich just had Spopovich is overall good, but I think he had a much better day than his normal. Yeah, his normal. He's good. I don't expect him to lose to. I didn't expect him to lose to Trunks super easily, but I didn't expect him to beat Trunks so handedly either.
And of course, it is interesting that now that they got him off Power Body and onto Eternal Life, he decides to have a good week. But it makes you wonder what he would have done with Power Body if Trunks couldn't have stunned him as much as he did. So
agreed.
Well,
it's really ironic.
Well, here's the thing. Think about it this way. If he had Power Body, and some characters like Fearless has done this before, they just, instead of trying to stop the person from hitting them, they just charge through getting hit.
And ignore them.
Spopovich is quite the Spopovich is quite the chargy one. Other than that, he gets a -5 to defense with Power Body, and on Eternal Life he doesn't have that, so it doesn't take as much damage.
-5%.
-5%, I'm sorry. And then
I'm like, what?
Yeah, he's also a very passive. He's a very passive character, so that Eternal Life gives him quite a bit of boost as long as Trunks doesn't stay in his face the entire time, which he actually does. So
it helps with the negative defense.
Like
but that being said, it wasn't just Trunks who seemed to drop the ball. Adult Gohan didn't do anything.
Yup.
I mean, he didn't.
Oh God!
He didn't use Savior.
I remember.
He didn't use his B1s. He didn't use Kabitos hardly at all.
I
think
he
went
transformed.
He transformed, and then immediately went max power through an ultimate, which I don't think hit. I don't remember.
No, it didn't.
I think it did hit.
Oh yeah, it kind of hit. It wasn't full damage.
It was
And
one
then
of
it
those
just
where he ran into it late.
yeah. But it's like again, it's one of like literally probably their best character, bar none, just decided to take a giant dump. And
That's an out.
Well, I
That's
guess
pretty
there was
quick.
2 of those this week.
yeah, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to that in a minute. Gee.
But other than that,
Alrighty.
the Majins basically accidentally countered the Super Saiyans when the Super Saiyans were trying to counter the Majins, and it got mixed up. Which it stinks, but that's what happens. That's
I'm sure a lot of people are
That's the
happy.
mistake when you try and counter.
I'm just saying, like, I know Crimson isn't, but I'm sure a lot of people are happy that the Super Saiyans experienced another loss, because
I am.
Yeah, because there are a few people who enjoy the top dogs always winning. And Super Saiyans are one of the top dogs, up there with the Cold, and then Androids being, the undefeated team that everyone wants to lose.
used to be.
Incorrect.
Used to be.
Shh.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
I what? Christmas Miracle? What are you talking about?
It's a Christmas miracle that we haven't discussed yet.
I'm sorry,
It's
I'm
a future
sorry.
Christmas. Anyone else have anyone to say about this match?
I'm glad the Super Saiyans lost because of bias.
Yeah, so like
Yeah, you
half
don't have
of
anything to feel.
people on the forum.
I have no strong feelings one way or the other. Also
I
because
am
yeah,
of
enjoying
so
this
do I.
because it shows that basically they can be beaten even for future teams such as my team. But that being said, I mean Majins haven't been the dominant force like they were last season, which goes to show that any team can have bad luck, or as we'll talk about later in this cast, any team could have amazing luck and beat
True.
top dogs. So I think this
Very
was a
true.
really good match for the league in general for like morale purposes as well.
Yes, I think the week in general was a morale booster.
Yeah.
So,
Shut
but
up.
we will get to that. We will get to that. So that puts. Not only was this was a divisional match, so the Majins are now 3-4, while the Super Saiyans
No.
fall to
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
my
5-2.
Sorry.
Yeah, 5 and 2
So-
is still really good though. They
Yeah,
don't have that much
yes.
to worry about.
That's incorrect because
Okay, wait, they don't
hint
have
hint.
they don't have the potential. They don't have a strong potential to be at the bottom of their division. They have ED rearing in and coming from the back. So there's
Yeah,
that.
they do.
Have you guys faced each other yet? I don't remember off the top of my head.
No, we have not.
Alright.
Ooh.
Well,
That is coming up week. Nope, not that week. Not that week. I'm looking. Oh, week 10, not that far away.
oh, okay. Yeah, that's the match I'm
Really?
looking forward to.
Yeah. So
And I know
That's happening.
Rugrats face him like week 14. So
that is correct. The second to last week, you guys face Super Saiyan.
And then
but we
Yeah,
beat them in the
we faced Majins.
we beat them in the preseason, so that's nice.
Hey, you know what I'm super happy about? Saiyans
What?
face
What?
androids week 15, so it like basically doesn't even matter.
No,
Wait, no, crap. When do my team face the crap? I don't.
when does your team face the crab? Have you faced Derp yet?
Every
Yes.
week.
We already faced Derp and Yamcha when he leads, so don't worry about that.
Have you already fought the Ginyu Force?
Yes, we have. We also won that.
That was the whole Chaozu versus Goldo, remember?
Yeah.
Oh God, we wait. When do we even?
That was
I'm confused.
that was last week, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was,
because Earth
Right.
Defenders fought Muscle this week. Right.
Apparently,
yeah.
come on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm looking for this.
Get raped.
Hey guys, guess what? I don't think Earth Defenders play androids unless we already played them.
You already
No,
did.
I think you already played
Did
them.
we already play?
For
Yeah, we
week
already
one.
played them. I forgot.
And got
Week
raped.
1.
That was week 1, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it gave everyone the false impression that Earth Defenders were going to do bad this season, and gave everyone
And we
the
did.
impressions that androids were going to be pretty good, and yeah. No,
One of
Earth
those.
So
Defenders
one
are,
of those two were
Earth Defenders
true.
are super strong this season. They're much scarier than everyone anticipated. So,
Okay, hey, we'll get to that.
Right.
We'll
so
get to
speaking
that.
of,
I-
anyone have anyone else to say about Majins or Super Saiyans?
Nope, moving on.
Can I just say something? You guys are like, we'll get to that. The only actually seen through the end is the Saiyans versus Valkyries. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
So we will get
Hey!
to that.
It was like every time I say something, it's like,
No,
we'll get to that. So
G,
I'm not like
G.
saying anything.
Gee, we
I don't
will
even
get
know
to
what
that.
it is.
I promise you. Okay, next
Dragon
match.
Ball Warriors at Gohan's.
We'll get to that.
Junk
No
shots.
jump shots. Not
Junk Shot
Nom.
City, population 0.
Why can't? This is the reason we need Havoc
Posted
here.
something. I'm
Is-
looking for.
Yeah.
I know what he
I'll
posted.
paste it. Hold on.
Kid Gohan was experimental.
There you go.
Kid Gohan was on an experimental build.
He did counter. Well, if you're seeing the stream, you can see the chat. But
No, you can't actually. We removed.
oh,
that
good.
feature.
Okay, so yay, now we sound smart. Yay.
No, we sound like we're talking to ourselves.
So Havoc basically did try to counter Dragon Ball Warriors for the most part. He was expecting Pilaf to be benched, even though it didn't matter. And he expected them to start with Nam, so he put Teen to spam Masenko's into Nam's Rush B2s.
Which was
Which
smart.
I'm not sure if he did, but again, that didn't matter because Teen just went on a rampage after a little while. And he transformed early, which it's hard to tell whether he did so well because he transformed or just he did well in general. But
I like
He
to
did
think
well
that he did
before
well
he
in general.
transformed, but him transforming early didn't hurt him any.
oh, definitely not. I don't think Gohan transforming would ever hurt him.
Right.
Especially
I don't
Teen
know
Gohan.
if now. Okay, I don't know if Havoc would be pleased that he transformed or not, because when he transforms and does good, it doesn't strengthen the argument that he should have been in Super Saiyan 1.
Yeah,
It sort of goes against it. I don't know. It
But he-
just seems a little weird.
yeah. But he still wasn't doing badly as Super Saiyan 1.
Oh no, but I'm just saying it's a little funny when it's like, do you really want him to do that well in Super Saiyan 2?
Did
I just think
did
he wants
Gohan
wins.
tag this week? Did Gohan tag?
Yeah. Yes, he
Yes.
did.
Teen Gohan, I mean.
Yep.
Yes.
So
I think in the yellow
Brilliant.
bar. Yeah, he
He
was
tagged-
super.
When he came back in a Super Saiyan 2, he had 2 bars, and then he did some Uber Super Saiyan 2 stuff in Wreck, the last person.
yeah. I'm gonna go look at their builds for just a second. 'Cause
Teen Gohan had Super +1 launches, support, power, rage, indignation, and fighting spirit. And then Nam had attack +1, quick, fast attack, light body, power body. So yeah, really good counter to start with.
yeah,
yeah.
and basically from what it seemed like, let me double check. I mean, Teen Gohan was there to counter Nam with or without Power Body. And Ultimate Gohan was last, so in case Power Body was later on, which I think the DB Warriors have done before. Once.
Earth
I don't-
Goku was on an attack +2 build. Interesting. He was usually what was he on? He was on attack +1 or key builds before. So, I mean, it's nice. Did it work for him? It
Eh.
looks like it worked.
It did
Like-
decent. It definitely did
Yeah.
decent, but it wasn't. I mean, I think he just basically got handled by I don't even remember who.
It doesn't look like it was handled by Sam, man. I'll tell you
I
that.
think it was Kid Gohan actually.
Really? I'm
You
sorry.
don't?
I'm like
Just-
watching these as we're going on.
Because Kid Gohan didn't do bad by any means. I mean, considering he's probably one of their weaker characters.
If not the weakest.
Yeah, well, that's an argument between that and Future Gohan. But Future Gohan did well last week against Valkyrie, so yeah.
Future Gohan being the weakest?
I was gonna say Saiyaman.
Yeah, Future Gohan was definitely not. Well, yeah, it again, it's
Debatable.
debatable, but Saiyaman has been showing up the past, 3 weeks?
Saiyaman has been Saiyaman.
Right.
I'm sorry. I just saw something which I don't know why, but made me laugh so much. Kid Gohan, he got solar flared, and then after imaged a punch, But after image is supposed to bring you behind the person and hit the person. But since he was so flared, it like after imaged him somewhere to the right side, and he's just like staring at nothing. Like, where is he? It looks
just
so
threw a
weird.
punch.
It's like,
He just threw a punch. I don't
yeah,
know where
he
he is.
like he like teleported somewhere way off from where he should have been. It just looks so stupid.
Hey, at least he didn't
Ugh.
jump over a Kamehameha 5 times.
Okay, we're
Right,
not talking.
right.
Shh.
I'm
But,
sorry.
you know,
What?
Kid Gohan.
Moving on. Wait, do we want to move on, or does somebody else have anything else? Anybody have anything else
Well,
to
I
say
think
on
we
this
should
match?
focus on Kid Gohan's experimental build a little bit because normally he's on a key
Do it.
spam build because what else does he have? But
Full cut.
True.
Not this week.
I
Not-
have something to say.
Well,
But-
shh.
this week he seemed to have kind of like a well-rounded. He had attack +2, defense -1, launcher support for charge, Kibito secret art for his B1s, light body, and savior, which
It was-
is
I
interesting.
think it's a well-rounded build.
Yeah, it's quite nice. But I mean, the attack +2 kind of stands out. But
Yeah.
then again, it makes sense because watching tests and whatnot, Kid Gohan is kind of a melee character, which is why B1s are also good for him. But considering his B1, his after image costs 3 bars when he has 4 bars total, it hurts him.
Yeah.
But
I'm going through old Gohan builds, and it seems like Kid's rotated between Frieza and Vegeta AI a lot, and it seems like he's done a lot better on Frieza than Vegeta.
Funny thing about Vegeta AI, when the Gohans were testing during the preseason, I accidentally got the wrong AI, and I ended up using Vegeta AI instead of their default AI, or their AI. And, you know, he decided to take a look. He saw, oh hey, Vegeta wasn't doing that bad. He tested it himself, and yeah, that's why he started using Vegeta AI.
I am
So,
a Vegeta AI in general, one of those kind of sleeper AIs that they have the potential to do really well, but they may not be amazing, but they're solid and consistent. I wonder because that's what we're using on GT Goku, which has been working pretty well as a melee AI.
Indeed.
even though it's described as a Key Blast AI,
Exactly.
but it's melee.
Yeah, this game doesn't make much sense sometimes. The thing about children, or Rugrats probably know this. Oh,
Children?
not in the game.
Yeah.
The little Rugrats, the short people in the game, tend to have very fast melee. Well, exception
it's almost like
Krillin.
the smaller you are, the faster melee.
Okay. Shh.
Yeah.
Krillin-
And Murder
He's still short.
Yes, but being old causes shortness. Not
Roshi
yes,
has
it-
fairly fast melee.
Yeah. What you can say about that?
Excuse
Yeah, but
me.
he's got fast melee.
Shut your mouth. We're moving on.
No!
And anyway,
God damn it, no one's listening to me.
okay, go.
Wolf. I didn't mean moving on from this topic.
I just want to say I don't get Super Saiyan 1 Teen Gohan.
Congratulations.
Well, we've already explained
Welcome
that in
to the
like
party,
3
Super
weeks.
Slate.
Neither does anybody else.
Okay, I participated, go.
Woo!
Yay!
Saiyans versus Valkyries.
Just-
No.
oh, we're moving on. Okay.
No.
G. Hey, G. How did Bardock do
He
this
was
week?
the star. I wish. No, he
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 was the
was.
star we needed, but not the one we deserved.
No. Okay. All honesty, fuck him. Just 2 weeks in a row. I don't know what it is. We gave him a good build. It should have been able to do well.
A build
basically-
that worked previously.
Yes,
I might
we
add.
gave. We hurt his supers just a little so that water doesn't hurt him too badly by giving him key +2. So basically key +1 in case, because I don't know if water does -0.05 or -1 in key.
-1.
Yeah, so it should have been -1, which is key +1 then, and that should have been enough for him because that's what he used basically every other week, not including against the Super Saiyans. Yet he charged once and then failed to charge. Like he started charging and then always gave up and just rushed in for some reason. He didn't
And then
charge
got
up to
his
3 bars most of the time.
butt
Oh,
kicked.
yeah,
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like Aurelie was beating him in melee. Bardock just wasn't doing melee.
I saw
He was
him
kind of just
stop his
standing there and
combos.
letting Aurelie beat his ass, and then
I saw, yeah, I saw him like do, I saw him do like a couple punches and then just stop. He's usually so aggressive about it. He's usually, and this is how he used to be and how intense he is. He comes up and starts punching you and doesn't stop until you're knocked away. This time, nothing.
Or you dodge. But yeah.
Yeah, or you dodge. He's not much of a dodger either, and that I expect. But, geez, the combos were not there. The charge was just nowhere to be seen. And he failed to actually use his B2s at good times, which, I mean, it's not unexpected with TNAI because it doesn't like to set them up, but it's still annoying.
But yeah, but the fact that he didn't charge and didn't do, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, what is it about the Saiyans? Like they derp 2 weeks in a row and then you change them and they work, or
I
mean, the fact that you have to change Bardock after he's been on TNAI since flipping forever is really sad.
all right,
Yep.
guys. This might be not new at all, but Aurelie had key control this week, which halves the key use of her Dragon Dash, which she tends to
Yep.
use a lot.
Yeah, we did that on Nappa as well because it just works.
Was that new? I think they might have had that last week.
She wasn't in last week, so no.
They might have had it the week before that when she was in.
Yes,
She had
yeah,
like
yes,
technicalities.
she did.
Yeah,
She did.
they've been using it for the past 2 weeks, it looks like.
Which is clever considering
weeks.
she's an android on a
Yeah,
water.
and I think they just want her to use that rock move because it does so much damage.
That rock does too much
It's
damage.
scary.
Everything breaks it though. It's like Raditz's present. I mean, it's
No, it's just
Well,
like
no. Yo,
It's just like Goldo then.
hey, you
Raditz's
can beat
present
Krillin.
can be clashed with the right B2, but then there are times where the clashable B2s will break through Raditz's B2 when it should clash.
Or even the ones that shouldn't. Like
yeah,
throw it on Ray.
it's just weird.
Throw it on
um,
Ray.
But speaking of, yeah,
Come on.
uh,
What gets broken by doing on Ray? That's just pathetic.
but speaking of Raditz, we were talking earlier. I mean, well, we've talked earlier on other Y casts. Excuse me, it's Tuesday. That Raditz has been doing damn well, and again, he was the one who tried to bring back this match.
Yeah,
I'm
Raditz,
pretty sure he did more than 40k this match, so I'm happy with him. I'm very happy with him. Fighting at 18
Scout
on
of Judas going
Android.
back to being nice. I mean, Super Plus One, Ultimate, Gallic Gun. He did like what, 3 Gallic Guns in a row?
something like that.
Something
I
like
think he
back
did
to
2
himself.
and one of his rush. He did
Yeah.
one of his rushes for sure.
that sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Yeah, he was super spammy and he was doing a lot of damage with it, so it's old scatter, so I'm happy.
Was he using Dirty Fireworks this match, or was that last match?
He used it once.
He did once, yeah. He was very spammy now that I think of it. He was
Yeah,
he was
he
a
did really
spammy,
well.
yes.
But unfortunately, not that much else. He got countered by not by Pan's Power Body, which is I think one of the few times I've seen Pan's Power Body do pretty damn decently. It did okay against Gohan's when they fought him, which I
Was
think
it?
was last week.
Was that really
Um,
the counter to Scouter? I could have sworn it was 18 that took him.
Well,
I think
Pan
Nappa got
ended
countered
up
by
doing
Pan.
a lot of damage to him, a lot of damage to him, and Scouter wasn't able to do that much until he started spamming. But Pan did more damage than I would normally expect her to do, and it was pretty much because of Power Body.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah, basically, I don't know. We try to counter them. We sorta had them. I guess we underestimated Pan on Power Body. We expected her to be a little bit more, passive, as she's usually not super aggressive. Yeah, but unfortunately she wasn't passive, and that really put a dent in Scouter's health and in Nappa. She really did a number on Nappa with, I think she did a Gill Missile, or was that her ultimate? I can't remember.
I don't think she did an ultimate this way. Well,
I feel like she
my
did
my
Gill
stream
Missile.
cut out in the middle, so.
I feel Gill Missile is what happened.
Yeah, I think it was a
I
Gill
mean,
Missile, but
But
yeah, it was with max
considering
power.
Nappa's,
It was.
didn't Nappa do like a bar of damage on a melee combo against a Rayleigh?
Yup.
TNAI is super okay.
Indeed.
TNAI on all our characters. I'm not sure about Scatter because he doesn't usually get the chance. He usually goes for spam. But it used to be super combo heavy on Bardock. It's always been super combo heavy on Nappa. It's just if he gets the option, and usually he only gets to do those high combos when the enemy is turned
yeah.
around, like Saiyaman was, and like how a Rayleigh was. So when he does get the option, he will do damage.
I
No
would
doubt
like to
about it.
actually go back and find out how much that melee combo actually did, because like Squee was talking about it like
It was
like
a lot.
Squee said it was like ultimate damage, so I'm guessing it did at least a bar of damage. Which was,
It was like a bar and like a little
like,
more
it
than
was
just
a lot.
bar.
I mean, if he could do that consistently and spam, I mean his
Impossible.
what
It'll never
was
happen.
what blue Patara was he on? Was he on
Key +1.
Key Plus? He didn't have any super
No.
bonuses, and
He had
his
indignation, but that doesn't make a difference with his blazing storm when he came in.
the blazing storm right off the bat did what 10,000 damage with no boosts.
Yeah, that
Max
was
power. Max power.
Oh, okay, max power boost.
But still,
Yeah,
Damn.
It's usually an 8.5k.
I mean that
Pretty strong.
if he could just do that consistently.
if he
Oh.
only burning stormed instead of volcano eruption, you guys be in business.
It was okay. I'm looking at the melee combo. It was about 7 point. It was 8k actually, and then he grabs her for another 1.5k.
So it was a little less than a normal.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
9.5.
Or a
Okay.
little.
Yeah,
it
that's
was basically
pretty
a
strong.
B2 of melee damage.
It was a very strong B2. 9.5k.
It was a lot of damage.
It's like a super
Yeah.
+1 B2.
Oh, can I just say, Rayleigh does have key control, which is -1 to defense, so the Blazing Storm got also a little bit of boost from that.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the melee combo too, but that's beside
yeah.
the point.
Yes. Hey, he did one. I'm
Yeah.
happy.
Next topic of discussion in this. Do we have anything else that we need to talk
Raditz
about?
Amazing Scouter's good. Pan was awesome.
I
Android
would like to
18
think,
was herself.
I would like to think Turles might have done a better job in this map, considering he is not generally a charging person and is straight melee. But that's go there.
And he had
He did
fruit.
have fruit.
And
Yes.
that's
We generally didn't expect
which
him.
would have helped on a water map because it gave them 2 bars a key.
Yeah, but we generally expected because it was either sub Scouter or sub Turles. Or sub Raditz, and we kind of thought Raditz would be better. Do we really?
Which Raditz
Yeah.
did do better.
And did we really think Turles was worth keeping over Scouter? No.
Yeah,
And we
I-
didn't think it was worth keeping over Bardock if Bardock played.
Yeah, if
Mark would
but
have Bardock, it would have been the right call.
I mean, if you had benched Bardock, it probably would have turned out better. But there's no way to tell if you would have won that. And then
Yep, there's no guarantee.
and then people would say, well, why didn't you play Bardock? So hindsight's always 20/20. But
Well, my hindsight is 17-32.
Well, man, you gotta get that fixed.
Okay.
anything
Well,
else for this map?
segue.
For this match?
Raditz kept up with Fasha. I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, Raditz
I
is
was
going up
pretty
against
impressed by
really strong characters and holding his own every time.
Raditz is like your saving grace this year.
Yeah.
Wasn't he your problem child at the beginning of the year?
No,
We
he's
thought
just been
he was
good
going to be our
overall.
problem
But,
child.
yeah.
We thought he would because
Yeah,
he's
we
new and untested, and
And then and then you throw him into week one, he just
he
starts
goes
going
he
off.
goes ham against Deborah, or no, he goes ham against
Majin
Who was
GG.
it? Majin Vegeta, and finally took out Majub and he wanted to start on Spopovich, but
But he had like 500 damage on him.
yeah, but oh well.
Yeah, so,
But-
Raditz has been pretty damn good for us.
Agreed. Okay, do we wish to... Does anybody else have anything to say before we move on?
Nope.
No, I'm good.
Blades at
Oh,
Coles. My
jeez.
goodness, this match gave me stress
This
and
was not only
anxiety.
was it a really close match, it was a really long match.
Yeah,
This match took like
it was a
20
great
minutes.
match. Though.
And a lot
It
of it
was
was
so
because
good.
of
I was on
tagging,
the edge
too.
of my seat. Oh my gosh! Don't get me started on that, please.
That
I don't
Janemba
wanna
though.
have
Yeah,
Who
that.
won?
Yeah, that Janemba though.
Who
he
won?
only would have had one more B2 in him.
Yeah, if he
Only.
used,
He lost. He
yeah,
lost.
barely.
No,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Blades. It was half a bar.
Janemba
Half a
Janemba
bar match
barely-
between Frieza and Janemba.
Yeah, Janemba
Frieza
barely
hit a
lost
B2,
that.
Janemba missed a B2 was essentially what it came down to.
And then Frieza nailed him with
I
another.
mean, it ended up being like it was between Janemba against I think it was like two members. It was I don't remember who it was.
It was King Cold. It was King Cold.
Right, and Frieza came in with
King
2
Cold
bars of
got-
health, if I remember correctly, and Janemba just whittled him
Yep.
down, and it was within half a bar of damage.
Yep.
It was
Yeah,
pretty
he did.
damn impressive.
And we were all, everybody in the stream was like, oh my god, this is gonna happen. This is
Come
gonna happen.
back!
It
Come
didn't happen.
back! Oh my god!
And
And
then
then
Frieza
Nova
stopped
Strike, and
all the dreams.
Sadly, I think Janemba just kind of stood there and took it. It's like, I'm tired.
No, he used B2 and then he stood there.
Yeah, he was
Took it to
recovering
the
from
face.
B2.
He took it to the whole body.
Yeah,
He took it to the everything.
Nova Strike wrecked his face.
Wow.
He took it to the front side.
Actually, I think he took
Jeez.
it from the
Okay.
side.
Can I?
I just want to say, Metacooler has been pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
melee meta
Pass.
is a
And-
good thing.
And I don't think they changed anything from last season.
They didn't? Nope. He's
I
been
mean,
chilling.
he's been defense
No.
+3 and all that jazz for pretty much since the end of last season. And he
think
just decides to start working this season.
I
He's just like, I guess my time in the spotlight.
Same
I
with
think-
Mecha Frieza, honestly. I mean, I don't know what's changed between Mecha Frieza, if anything. But last season he wasn't throwing out supernovas, and now he's throwing out how many? Like 6?
It's like
Find out. Give me a second.
lot.
To put it in perspective, damn, I almost said she. He did a match where he did nothing but ultimates.
Yeah, he did 4 ultimates and only
Nothing.
connected with 1, but still. 4 ultimates and
Wait.
no B2s and no melee. It's like, jeez, crow, calm down.
Hey, they got his priorities right at least.
Well,
They got the character they
if we
wanted.
can get
Mecha
Goten to do
Frieza
that,
has thrown out 13 supernovas this year.
Oh, jeez.
and
That's
has-
too many. Too many planets were destroyed
And
in the
he's
making
hit
of
with
this.
8.
jeez.
Too many planets were destroyed in the making of this.
That's ridiculous.
But it, I
Cole
mean,
just has a very strong team. I mean, Cooler is probably their problem child at this point.
which is
well, either
definitely
that or King
saying
Cole.
something because
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
wasn't doing
he
that.
has some of the stronger. He has some of the stronger B2s, and a
Yeah.
pretty good ultimate to sort of
Supernova.
brag about as well. Another supernova, just for good
Uh-huh.
measure. And I
Cole
mean,
has access to 4 supernova type attacks. That's unbelievable.
excuse me.
that's unfair. You got teams with like almost. You got teams with suicide ultimates, and then you got this.
Right.
Then you got teams like mine, which just have bad characters.
Yeah, you have a body change.
Yeah, I don't think the teams are all that balanced, honestly.
But honestly, that's kind of what makes it fun. I mean, if you have an underdog team like Ginyu come out and beat like surprisingly strong
Yeah,
teams, like they did last season. They did do that last season. They beat strong teams, and nobody was really expecting it.
Yeah, I distinctly remember Birder going toe-to-toe with the Super Saiyans very handily.
Yeah, and Ginyu took out every member of the Rugrats last season. So
Yeah. Granted, he didn't do all the damage, but
no.
the
but
fact that he
it's-
got the killing blows, that's impressive.
Yeah. But I mean, if you think about it, yes, Mecha Cooler threw out 4 ultimates and hit with 1. Chi-Chi threw out 4 ultimates and hit with 3.
Yes, but it's Mecha Cooler.
Yeah, I know.
Mecha
Cooler?
Cooler. Oh,
Mecha Frieza.
Mecha Cooler, Mecha Frieza. I'm sorry, they're all the same people to me. They all look the same. No, but
Hey,
yeah,
that's
at
I
least,
mean,
at least they're not
it's
Namekians.
they're all
Which is
the
next.
same. Come on, you gotta admit that.
At least Tambourine has wings.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I mean, Chi-Chi has a good ultimate, but it's not a really hard to dodge, really, really strong ultimate. It
No,
does
but
like.
Tell that to tell that to Ginyu though.
I
But with that,
no,
I
no, no, no.
digress. I
Tell that
digress.
to who I don't even remember who we faced last week. Namekians.
Tell that
Right.
to
Yeah, tell that to
Namek.
Namek.
Also tell that to Piff since he doesn't like weapons.
It's an illegal build. No.
It's
But
an
there's a
illegal
team
weapon.
full of blades. No!
No.
Everyone understands
then
blades.
friggin- and then Squeeze just arguing that it's an accessory to
No,
her
he's,
hair.
he,
Or
no,
it's
it
a
hair
is her
extension.
hair. No, it's like a mutation.
It is her
It's a hair extension. What are you guys
She is a
talking about?
mutant.
Okay, alright.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
okay.
Anyway. Blades versus Cold. We didn't actually talk about it other than Janemba. So, I mean, this is one of
Hey,
those...
we talk about Meta Cooler. I was gonna say Sword Trunks, super aggressive on that melee. What happened to him? He used to be sort of
and
passive.
mixing in his B2s. The sword slash, lightning sword slash is
Oh yeah.
a really good B2 for him because he fires it at almost point blank range.
Yeah, base form Trunks I think was a great call.
Oh
by
yeah,
Keyblade.
definitely a great call.
Yep.
He is much more aggressive. I think he ultimately has better B2s, and when he transforms, he doesn't drop the ball like he did last season.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I also
Super
think
Saiyan
he has
was-
better B1s. Because,
I think he has very similar B1s. I think he has a max power that...
Yeah, he has a
B1.
max power.
Or-
but he's
oh, no,
not
no.
used it.
no.
I've,
Here's
Oh, go ahead.
here's what I got mixed up with. There was his max power B1 was a problem to him because he would be on a key plus build, or not key plus build, but super build in order to do damage. But whenever you go into that B1, it just sort of limit him by so much. Because if he misses with one of those B2s after that, he's done. And
Yeah,
they can
and-
put him on a melee build on that.
And his Super Saiyan
Super
form
Saiyan.
wasn't aggressive in melee, like, at all.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
it wasn't last season. It was okay in off-season testing, but other than that, no. Yajirobe is
yeah.
survivable as ever.
Oh,
Defense plus 2,
Yeah,
serious,
sup-
quick, fast attack,
surprise-
right body savior. Unleash key. I mean, I get the idea. I don't like Unleash
I
key
don't like it.
ever.
Because he's not, other than his Miracle Kablam Slash, he's not generally a clasher.
Well,
I mean,
he has
his-
another B2.
Oh yeah, that's right. His right.
Yeah.
Kablam
I don't-
Flash.
Yeah,
It's
he doesn't
not.
use that as much as his sword. His
Yeah,
long
he's
range
just
one.
he's one. Yeah, which is actually a good
Wait,
thing. Yeah,
one of
in my
these
It
opinion.
is a good
weeks-
thing, yeah. Because isn't that one cheaper? I think, or are they both 3 bars?
I think they're
I
both
think they're both 3 bars.
but I just like the
go.
idea that he can stand back and use Dendes to sort of heal up, which he didn't even have. So never
That,
mind.
he is so bulky.
Yeah.
He is so
And-
just hard to take down.
And
All that
he
extra
gets
fat.
he basically gets power body in max power mode, and considering he really likes his max power mode B1, that's been really useful for him. Because like when he's in max power, he starts getting aggressive, so that's
Right.
really good for him.
And then here's the other thing. One of these weeks, he's gonna launch like 3 sensu beans in 1 week, and I'm gonna go absolutely ballistic.
And so is Piff.
I'd be amazed if he just threw out one.
I think it's gonna happen. As much as he
No, I mean,
uses his super unyielding spirit, he's gonna eventually
'Cause
get sensu.
During the off season, Wicked Fandom was testing Celia, and he told the admins, like, is this going to be banned on him because he spams sensu beams so much? And it's like, one, why the hell would you say that? Why would you intentionally nerf your character? And two, well,
they're dumb.
and two, okay, I saw him use Sensu Bean once, maybe twice, but he used Sensu Bean once when he had like 3 bars of health. which was ridiculous. But
They should make it to where if he uses Sins of Being at 3 bars of health,
Yeah.
he gets.
No. Shut up.
Yes.
Shut up.
Do
That-
it. Almighty creator of the games.
But-
do
Almighty
it.
modders.
I never
We
saw
don't
Sensu
need
Bean.
mods.
I always thought that his
This
Sensu
season.
Bean was kind of like a gimmick and it's cutesy and whatnot, but the reason I would have tried to put Yajirobe on a max power B1 AI because he's using it really well.
Yeah. Super unyielding
yeah.
spirit. He has the second, if I remember correctly, he has the second most ultimates thrown in the league after Cold.
Probably.
Well, not just
Mecha.
anyone on Cold, just Cold.
Mecha.
No, yeah, I mean, he's super good about it. I remember seeing tests where he would use, because I think he had Dragon Spirit in one of them, or he just lasted so long because he was on a defense +3 build. It was against King Vegeta, and of course, defense +3 is gonna give him some trouble there with that weak little volley. So it lasted a long time, but
Was
he
this
did.
last season?
No, it was this offseason. I remember it was
Oh, okay.
Urgantha. It was Urgantha. He used he charged up normally, I think, used an ultimate, went max power, used an ultimate with his B1, I mean, and then waited until he could use the B1 again and then used an ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
not,
think one of those missed, but still, that's crazy.
that's not
Yeah.
bad. Okay, so I was going through some more ultimate stats. Cold, or Mecha Frieza, has thrown up more ultimates by himself than any other team outside of Blaze has combined.
Damn.
Good job, Cold. Keep up the killing of
In
millions.
Keep up
destroying
the
him.
manslaughter. Oh wait, no, that's not manslaughter.
No, that's first
That's
degree
just
murder
plain
on
slaughter.
the galactic level.
You can't spell
Yeah, it's first degree murder
you
on
can't
the
spell
galactic
slaughter without laughter.
Okay, next match.
What? 1 second. I just want to talk about Tapion's back to his spammy self because like I think it was like the week before he wasn't very spammy for whatever reason, like at all, and all of a sudden he's spamming again.
He's back.
Wait, was it for just 1 week that he wasn't spamming?
I think it was like 1 week he just like almost refused to spam, and then like I think maybe 1 or 2 weeks before that he wasn't as spammy. He was just kind of like mediocre spam.
Was he
Yeah.
better than Bardock?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then never mind. He's fine.
Oh, so now we can go to the next match. I'm sorry. Sorry to hold you up.
Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. I'm just rewatching the Cold match. That finger death barrage of Frieza's is just
It's so
mad.
good. That is
All right,
my
on
favorite
to-
beat. That is the best BT
Oh,
in the
right.
game, in my opinion.
On to
Cell and
Androids
Frieza have it.
versus
Namex.
and
Namek
for
obviously
Tom, who
destroyed
hasn't
the match. I don't know what you got. Androids destroyed it. Namex destroyed it. There's no problem. Everyone's
This-
happy. Blah, blah, yada, yada, yada.
The Blades versus Cold match is probably the longest match this week.
If not the season.
Oh, wait, really?
It-
Wait, was it a long match or a close match? Two different.
both? It was
Ooh.
like within half of a melee combo.
Gee, we
Yeah,
already
where were
discussed
you?
this.
Didn't?
Yes, we did.
It was. Yes, we did at the very beginning of this discussion. You were like, "So they lost," and I'm like, "Yeah, it was half a bar." Frieza ended up
No,
beating him
no,
with the
no,
Nova Strike
no,
while
no,
they
no,
were
no.
both
I'm
at a-
talking about Namek versus Androids.
Oh.
Oh, wrong discussion. No,
Deja vu.
wasn't. Namek
No,
crushed.
Oh.
no, they didn't.
No.
They close
No, they
enough
didn't.
to crush.
It
It was
was
a comfortable win, but it
no.
wasn't
Close.
It wasn't like blow.
enough
Here's the thing. Namek didn't crush,
to crush.
but they certainly were impressive.
wasn't
Much
it? No,
more
it was definitely
espe-
impressive. But
Yeah.
wasn't it like 2,000 points of health on Nail against like 2,000 points left of whoever the androids had left?
I feel
was-
like
it
the
was
Namek
like-
I swear.
no,
So,
it was
wait,
like
Namek actually won?
Yeah.
Yes, Namek won. It was a Christmas miracle.
Oh!
that's why you need to watch the matches ahead of time.
Wait. Namek won against
Yeah,
the
big
androids?
Namek beat androids. No more undefeated teams. The androids have been dethroned, except for they're still number one.
What?
Oh,
Here's
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but here's the one
Namek
thing
haven't
about
been
that.
on
The
the top of their
green
game
men-
lately. What's going on?
The tall green men have decided that they are now the best and dethroned the other slightly
They
green
tagged
men.
like what 4 times this match,
Yeah, there was
and
a
Actually,
I think androids actually also tagged that many times.
Yeah, they're both teams tagged
basically
quite a few times.
Cold won or Namek won because they had the tag advantage late. If I remember correctly, it was King and Nail versus the last android. I don't remember who it was at the top of my head. And King
If
was in,
I'm-
and he had
yeah.
Savior, and he tagged out to Nail to get his Savior back and won off of that.
Yeah, if I may
I
also
just
say,
say-
I think that it was also partially due to them benching Cell this week.
And Nail on Eternal Life, because that helped him tremendously.
Okay. I get the
Oh, yeah,
logic
yes.
behind benching Cell because it's a non-divisional match and like
And the
Obi
Nameks
would
haven't
really
been
thought-
that amazing.
right. So like I understand the logic and like we said, hindsight's 2020. But I probably would have benched Cell against Namek if I were the Androids coach.
Yeah. I mean, Androids
Yeah.
tagged, Android 16 tagged once, and Namekian's Nail tagged twice, and Nail tagged with Eternal Life, so that was really good for him. And Late Piccolo tagged once, and King Piccolo tagged once. And King Piccolo
Jeez.
like started
Can I
off average, and then he just picked up his game.
Yeah, he progressively got better. I don't know why, but he got progressively better.
Can I just say, I mean, I know everyone wants there to be no undefeated teams, and I mean, neither do I, but I don't like how the Nameks are just sort of working their team. They're not working their team. You got Nail, who's different, and I.
I think their coach left this week.
Oh my
they?
god, I
Didn't he?
hate that so much.
Who left?
I mean,
I'm pretty sure that the coach of the Nameks dropped this
What
week.
do you-
he
I-
like dropped the league, or he just wasn't there.
Yeah, I think he just quit being
Are
the
you
coach.
sure?
Oh my.
He still.
I don't know
well, he
what's
still
going on
coached
with him.
Builds. I don't know where this is coming from. I haven't heard anything about that, but
I thought I heard something about it on somebody posted on the in one of the forums. I think it might have been Fantasy that it figures when the Nameks coach leaves, they actually
Yeah, I
are
do
good.
remember that, but like he posted builds, so I don't.
yeah, he still posted Builds. It was still his Bills.
Okay, well,
But being
I'm not on Namek. Don't ask
But-
me questions about green people.
But you brought it
that
up
being
as
said,
if you knew.
I mean, unless we can get Piccolo on Earth Defenders.
Shut
you
up.
know what I'm saying?
And
Wink, wink,
okay,
nudge, nudge.
what I
There
was
is-
saying is I just don't like how sort of lazy they're. I mean, it's not lazy. It is a little lazy. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little
They
lazy.
don't count.
They basically no off-season testing. They didn't change much. Nail, I think, was their biggest change, and early Piccolo. But their early Piccolo build just seems like nonsense to me. I'm sorry. Power of Rage,
being
Power
said-
Body, and Active Heart. No Blue Patara. I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, that's a little.
I'm gonna bring this up every week, by the way, just for everyone keeping track. Every time I see that early Piccolo build, I'm bringing it up, and just no.
was it early Piccolo? Because before early Piccolo has been Power Body.
Yeah,
Yeah, Power
early
Body,
Piccolo builds
Power
are-
Rage, Active Heart.
Was that his build this week?
yes.
It's been his build. It's been his
Absolutely,
build
probably
every
not.
week.
Oh,
Every week.
No, because early Piccolo was on Power Body. So every week he wasn't on Power Body, which was the first 4 weeks of the season at least, or the first 4 weeks he was in at least, was
I'm sorry, what?
Power Body.
He's been on Power Body
What year is
since week 1,
Power Body.
week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and then he wasn't in week 6, and he was on Power. He's had the same build every week.
And then
Yeah,
all of a
except for
sudden
week
they
6.
have a different build on him. So
Wait a second,
They
no,
haven't
no, no, no.
changed their builds ever. Usually they just
Wait,
rotate builds.
or
It-
were you talking
Oh,
about King
no.
Piccolo instead?
You know what? Kale's right. I think Mesmery left. They didn't post the build. They just
did.
used
yeah, no,
They
yeah,
have,
yeah,
this
they
is the
did.
week 6. No, this
yeah,
it
because
says
it-
week 6.
Yeah, look at the week before. It also says week 6. He just
Does it really?
posted. He posted different builds, but didn't change the.
Okay.
Because he has a
Right.
different
Alright.
bench as well.
Okay. My mistake.
And maybe that's the mistake. I think that's all it was. I think that was just a mistake in the fantasy league because they saw week 6 that they didn't post builds. They thought that was it. I mean, if he's left, I'm sorry, but maybe they can get a coach that does. I mean, we're talking about the fact that they never counted. I mean, they had early Piccolo first like 4 weeks in a row, and then
They're
or
really easy to read.
they had them. Yeah, they are easy to read, but they had early Piccolo first. I think 4 times, and then
They do it. They basically run him
except
first every
against
time.
Ginyu and against Rugrats. But
They rotated.
that being said, they changed it up against us, and they kind of sort of changed it up against androids, and I think honestly that worked. If they had early Piccolo Power Body first, I'm not sure that would have worked.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the android's coach,
Malachi,
realizing that they don't counter, was probably like, all right, I'm just gonna basically take this build and try and hard counter it. So like the slight switch probably threw him off a decent amount.
probably, and maybe that's part of some overreaching plan. Like be predictable but be strong, and then when people are countering you, change it up so that their counters are wrong. I mean,
Here,
I don't think
here's
that's
the
what's
thing, though.
happening, but it would be nice if it was.
Here's the thing, though. King Piccolo's build and early Piccolo's build are still very, like, they don't make any sense to me. And I think that both those characters could be so much stronger.
Well,
You don't need
considering
active heart on him. Attack
Yeah.
+1, and he would do so much more damage.
Well, to an extent, I agree because, I mean, if your only beef is active heart, okay, whatever. I mean, it could be light body
It's
as
not
well.
the only thing, but it's
But, I mean-
it's the big standout.
Power body on early Piccolo is not the first thing I would think of, honestly. But the
Uh-huh.
fact that it's been working quite nicely, it's
Yeah, no,
you can't argue against keeping it because it's been working.
I'm not going to argue against power body. I'm arguing against spending your last 3 points on a 2-point power of rage and a active heart over a blue Batara. You
See,
can
I don't think
spread
power
those
of
3 points
rage
out
should be
for
an
so
issue.
much more.
I don't
Well,
think
no,
Power of Rage is that bad of a call.
Considering everything he does
It's
clashes,
situational.
except for
Yes,
his
I know,
ultimate.
but it's still I know, but it's still very super situational. And he only has one clashable B2, if I'm not wrong.
No,
Yes,
he
so-
has full power energy
So-
wave. He has Bakuretsu Mahoko or whatever you call it, and his
The burst breath
Oh,
attack.
was
thing.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. So he has burst breath,
thing.
Bakuretsu, and then
His demon wave.
Makan Sabakabagabadu.
Gesundheit. And then special
Mekan
cannon ultimate.
Cephalopagus.
But the
Yeah,
thing
so
is,
he has one
Makan
clashable B2.
Go on.
hippopotamus.
but the thing is, like Majin Buu, he prefers his clashable B2 over his super awesome flame breath bullshit.
Yes, and so does Raditz, but the fact is Raditz doesn't actually clash that much.
Well, guess
But he-
what?
It's situational.
Raditz is
You have to
Raditz.
think about the opposing team as well as just who your characters are, and they're not doing that, or at least not most of the time,
Not consistent.
and not to that great of an extent. And the builds show it. You
But
don't
they
always
can
need
change
power rage on
matches,
someone.
considering if you beam struggle or things, they can change matches.
Yes, but
Yeah,
who did they
Sorry.
really expect to clash? Who?
Honestly,
That's
yeah,
what I'm asking. I mean,
I will agree with
it
you on
seems
that
like
because
nothing.
androids have like what 3 clashes the entire season.
something like that.
Yeah, the
So
only person they would
I
likely
will agree
clash
with
with
you
is
this
16.
week, but generally not so much. I
I'm
don't
just-
I understand power of rage. Maybe Dende's healing would be a little bit better. I don't know, but
I don't think Dennis
I would
would
just
be
say,
that
like, some
great,
straight up
considering he's
boost.
uber aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would just say like some straight up boost, give him fighting spirit, or even
I think
if-
attack plus instead of active heart would be the only thing I would change in that build.
if they wanted to
yeah,
take off
I could get
active
behind
heart
that.
and if they want to take off active heart and power rage for say indomitable fighting spirit and a attack +1, I think that would actually be better. Like if they're
his
not
key,
fighting a
because
clashy
he
team.
does like he
Yeah.
does like using his B2s. But
Yeah, I think that would
Anyway.
be better. Get him more damage and let him spam.
I think we kind of went well. We didn't. I don't even remember much of what the androids did. I remember 17 came in and was a giant threat. Ader did a lot of damage, but I don't even remember how Ader fell.
I don't think Ader took. I think Ader went one-on-one with someone and lost the one-on-one, and then that person tagged, if I remember.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Early.
And
pick.
16,
Early
I think,
pick
who
just destroyed
started.
him.
I think 16, who was the starter, did a lot of damage as well.
Yeah,
Because-
16 was really good.
Because early Piccolo
derped?
never got the chance to tag, I don't think.
I don't
Early
remember
Piccolo
the
beat him.
androids derping at all. I just think
Okay.
Namek beat them.
Early
They weren't
Piccolo.
as aggressive as I remember. As they have been, I don't think. I don't
okay.
think they've been aggressive.
I think
As aggressive.
Nail.
The androids they didn't derp, but they were a little more passive this week than the past week.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's how it's gone. In the beginning, Nail got. I think he got destroyed by 16, or not completely destroyed, but he didn't do that great
And
against
then Nail
16. Then
tagged,
16
yeah.
got beat. Yeah, and then early Piccolo beat 16 pretty well. He had 2 bars of health left, and then he
Yeah.
destroyed Ader without taking that much health.
Yep.
So yeah,
But 16 also tagged. He was the only one who tagged.
16 is kind of on a build that's. I mean, it's a little weird, but it's understandable.
I
He
think
has
this
power
is the
body,
build
attack
that
+1, quick fast attack, master throw.
was that his build? I thought. Well, it makes sense actually. I
He doesn't usually have master throw.
I think before he was basically on Fascia build. He had Eternal Life, Defense +2, and something.
It's the last 2 weeks before this. It was Eternal Life attack +1, quick fast attack series, and before that it was attack +2 and so attack +1. He's usually Eternal Life and really high melee damage. This
So
time it was
I
power
I
bomb.
wonder if the androids were doing a little testing against Namek because they didn't see Namek as that big of a threat. And
That's plausible.
considering that 16 did well, it wasn't that bad of a result.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, especially when
maybe if
you
he had
consider-
Eternal Life, they could have won that if they had Eternal Life because it was ridiculously close.
Right. Well,
The
can
androids
androids
were-
have Eternal Life? Because
Yeah,
of Throw?
not on Jiro, I think, but they
Oh.
can have it on everyone else.
Right.
Yeah, the androids still tried to counter because you could see they put Draconic Aura on Jiro thinking early Piccolo will be last, which I mean could make a lot of sense.
Makes sense, yeah. But I did early Piccolo have Power Body this week? I don't remember.
Yeah, he's always had power body.
Okay, so he hasn't changed ever. Got it.
Not even low. So, yeah, I mean, the Namex just sort of showed up and androids a little bit on the experimental side, but not their best.
Right.
Nope. They could have done a whole lot better, but it was a whatever thing. It just cost. It hasn't cost them much because their division isn't that.
I mean,
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I mean, Rugrats are right behind them, but we still would have to win 2 more, and they would have to lose 2 more in order for us to be ahead of them. So they're still pretty
Yeah,
damn safe.
I'm saying it's not
Right.
an immediate threat. They have nothing to worry about because I'm saying like right now, what is it? Blades, Boos, Saiyans, Ginyu. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
Every division
Yeah.
is fairly close.
Wait, okay, okay, no.
I can read you them off. North Kai's 5-2, 5-2. Who did Muscle win? Muscle lost, right?
Yeah, Muscle's
3-4, and Majins are
and
3-4.
Majins are also
Androids
Hey,
are 6-1. Rugrats are 5-2. Dragon Ball Warriors are 2-5. Fouls are 3-4. Blades are 3-4. Boos are 3-4. Saiyans are 2-5, and Ginyu's 1-6. And then Cold's 6-1. Namek's 4-3. Gohan's are 4-3, and Derp's 1-6.
So if we're looking, what was it? We're looking at the new. If we were looking at the new North Kai, right now it would
Androids.
be Android,
Super Saiyan, Earth Defenders, and
Saiyans.
probably Cold.
No, it's definitely
Cold's,
Okay, yeah.
Cold's in, Super Saiyans, Earth Defenders, and then Rugrats would be just outside.
Yeah, if Rugrats beat, or if Rugrats just beat Earth Defenders, then it would be Rugrats. But
If it was swapped, ED would be my team would be out for Dimensions team if if we beat, say we beat who do we lose to? We lost to Androids. Say we beat Androids, and our records were still the same, but instead of us losing or us winning, Dimension beat us,
Right.
then they would beat
Yeah,
us.
it just
Yeah.
happens that we have the same
Instead,
record.
It's just because
You beat
it's
us.
just because of
That's
that.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, next match. It is Earth Defenders versus Muscle.
Have
Oh
at it, Kale.
gosh. But I don't want to
Uh,
talk.
But you
right
Chill.
have to.
Deal
You
with
must.
now.
it. Chaozu beat
but
Broly.
so-
Woo!
Chaozu's so good.
Chaozu,
Dude, that AI you guys
Your
found
goodness.
for Chaozu's. Oh my god.
I am so happy. So we went through what was it, 2 weeks ago? We were really worried because we didn't think Chaozu was going to be able to do anything after we subbed him back in. And then we were like, well, we might as well throw this build on him into a test phase and see how he does. And it did okay in the test. And we're like, okay, we're going to throw it on him in the actual match and hope he does great. And for the past 2 weeks, he has been our best
Chaozu,
In all
character.
fairness,
That AI is redonkulous.
while he did beat Goldo handily, and that's not as much of an accomplishment as I would like, he did surprisingly well against the other members of the Ginyu Force, which
Mhm.
is quite impressive considering that outside of Ginyu and Goldo are really our heavy hitters and are quite frankly some of what I consider to be some of the most potent members of the league.
Yeah, two of Jice and Burger for sure, and Raccoon is definitely up there. So
Raccoon's a little
I mean-
inconsistent, but he can definitely scare you.
yeah, he's really scary. He just hasn't shown the consistency to be up there in the top half of the league right now.
Yeah.
But I would say that since Chaozu is no longer our weakest link, that honor would more than likely it's either Krillin or
Krillin.
Tien at the moment. We're still
According
trying.
Definitely.
to your guys' the last week, it's TN.
And I'm back.
Well, yeah. Well, we subbed Tien this
Exactly.
I-
He's worst character this week.
week, but yeah, we were. Well, yeah, because shut up. So I'm on the team. You will be quiet while the member of the team speaks.
I take it back. The worst person on your team is Tien because he doesn't let Ginyu use change body.
Yeah.
Shut your
Oh.
mouth. No, stop. We're not going.
Hey, that could have that honestly very well could have won the match. Because Ginyu ended up being a pretty close match considering.
Yeah, Tien's he's not the worst. He's just the biggest dick.
Okay, so as I was saying, Krillin's probably the weakest link on our team. We're still trying to work out the kinks on him.
What?
But, I mean, right now it's looking more towards that the main focus is going to be keeping Chaozu as dangerous as he has been the past 2 weeks. Goku's always Goku.
Goku did pretty damn awesome.
And then,
Yeah, your guys' Goku's
Yeah.
by far the best Goku in the league. I don't think there's anybody with
That's
Okay.
No.
not saying-
I'm just
Super
saying,
Saiyan 4 Goku. Yeah.
we're not talking about that one. Has that
Not
ever
this
happened?
A few times,
Oh,
but
not
not
this
this
season.
season.
Not this season.
Yeah,
happened
not
4
this
times
season.
last year.
And he didn't
does
really
amazing,
do
though.
amazing when he Super
Well, it
Saiyan
usually
4.
happens that he's on his
He's
last bar of
really
health
low
when he
health, yeah.
transforms, and he usually eats and beats you relatively quickly. But one
Yeah.
time he transformed early and he did like ridiculous amounts of damage.
That's good.
Now,
But
if
I'm
he had
saying,
like a Broly's power body, then he might be a little bit scarier on the last
Little
part.
bit?
Definitely.
Considering Goku's
Okay.
basically
No,
a main
that'd be
character.
like God mode.
He'd be banned. He'd be banned from transforming, basically.
They'd probably ban GT Goku altogether.
No.
Now they just probably put Broly's ring on him. It'd be a little,
That's
little
true.
crazy to just ban him outright.
Which would suck because if possible, I want him Super Saiyan 3 to counter Power Body.
Sorry, Dan. My fault.
Yeah. But I would say that because this week was basically Yamcha did absolutely nothing.
Hey, he's just like,
And
I've done
Krillin-
enough.
Was
Krillin
Krillin's
and Goku destroyed your the team you guys muscle.
Yeah.
That's
Well, so
essentially
did
what.
Chaozu.
I mean,
Did
Broly-
Krillin do
Chaozu-
much?
No,
Yeah.
Krillin did step on the field.
Oh,
Krillin
Right.
didn't have to do anything.
Uh,
Krillin just chilled. Krillin just chilled in the back and ate beans.
And
I'm
he
and
was
gonna
on
be
got
honest
costume
with you
4
guys,
too.
like-
We would have seen his hair.
yeah.
The Chaozu versus
the
Broly
one
was just a
time.
bad matchup.
Yeah, it was.
The fast
It
melee and like Broly's kind of got slow melee, so like that's not like his thing.
He's slow melee and he's not really that aggressive.
The only people, everybody on Muscle has relatively.
Despite popular belief,
Everybody on Muscle has slow
Broly.
AI or melee outside of Roshi and
And
Garlic.
Garlic.
yeah.
And
Everybody
sometimes
else has slow.
and to an extent
Yeah.
Android 13.
Although to say halfway through the fight with Broly, he swapped for
And
Roshi.
Roshi came in and did really
Better.
a lot better.
Yeah, he did way better.
Which seems to
But
be
it
a
still
thing.
didn't
It
end up
was the
mattering.
same thing. I think it was last week against I don't even remember.
Was it Booze?
Derp.
I don't know.
Derp.
I think
It was
that
Derp.
Muscle
Was it
Yeah,
Derp?
is trying.
Yeah,
It was Derp.
19 was handling Broly almost pretty handily,
Yeah.
and then Broly tagged and Roshi came in and destroyed 19.
I
mean,
think
that
that
seems to be a
Muscle,
theme.
Tag when he starts.
If I was Team Muscle, I would really, really focus on trying to figure out who the other person's best meleeer is, like in terms of speed, and make sure Roshi or Garlic was against them, so that way it's even, as opposed to slow melee versus quick melee. And
Yeah, we
quick
do
melee is
try
going
that,
to
but
destroy fast.
We
quick
weren't
and slow.
expecting Chaozu to start.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I understand that, but like that's what I would focus on if I were you guys.
How many times has Chaozu actually started this season? Because it seems like it was a fair number of times. Like 2, maybe 3?
How many times has
Yeah.
Chaozu started?
Twice at least.
I
Three.
want to say twice. I don't think we started. Did we start him? We might have started him one of the first
I'll
times.
find out. Give me a
4
second.
times counting the preseason.
Okay, well,
Okay,
preseason
then.
doesn't count. Okay.
I know he did.
Can I just say Chaozu has one of the weirdest looking melees combos. He like break
like a
dances in front
helicopter.
of the opponent.
It's awesome.
It's
Reminds me of
hilarious.
dog
is what it
copter.
is.
It reminds me of something I heard called dog copter, where it's
Another
basically
thing
a
that's-
dog that's a helicopter.
Obviously, total logic's being made here.
Another thing that screwed us over was when Bojack came in and he did his ultimate. We had Style the Strong on him. We didn't expect it to do 14,000 damage. We expected more than that.
Yeah.
So that's why we took Vito's off.
Wait,
Who did he hit it against?
It was against Goku.
Yamcha? Was it? It was Goku. Yeah, it was Goku.
He was
Wait a
charging up
second.
to
He had-
Now I'm Mad, but he didn't get it pulled off yet.
I'm sorry.
I remember that. Now I'm mad at it right as he was using his ultimate.
Yeah, I have to admit, I am quite stunned to hear that he had Styles of Strong on, considering that damage.
Well, no, because it
Okay.
worked before against Rugrats. It did like 18k, and it's an intelligent build if it works. But I think honestly, and this is just me, but I think the Super Plus 2 and the Kabitos just works better, just in general.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
I-
if he did
14K. Are you sure?
It was 14K.
It
or
was
at least
not
around
the
there.
20k that they usually.
No,
do
it has
for
to be
Style
stronger.
of Strong.
Okay,
yeah,
wait.
that-
Sound Strong is like a +2 to ultimate, right?
which is basically
It's
Super
like a
Plus
+2 to ultimate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically.
Yeah, but he
Super
has a
Plus 2 that
minus
only works in
one.
Ultimate.
He didn't.
Yeah,
was
he has a
on
-1,
D+?
so it's basically a +1.
No.
His normal is
Style of
Yes,
the
but the
Strong and
Super
the Blue Batara don't stack. The minus
so
ones
it's
and
just a
Super
straight
don't
up-
stack.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a straight up. Yeah, I think there might have been some sort of glitching out. There is absolutely no way it could have hit for 14. It might have been something because I've seen this before where only part of a B2 or part of an ultimate hits, or even none of it, even though it like fully connects. It's something that happened to Raditz before against the Majins, where
Kept it
his
GT this week.
yeah, it's weird. It happens, and it can sometimes ruin, like the chance for someone to actually have done good in a match.
Yeah.
But it's
I mean,
part of the
who
game.
knows? It could have been something where like he blocked like a part of it, like the first part of it or something, and then because
Mm,
yeah, 14 is a bit odd, but like if it only hit twice and it's supposed to hit 3 times,
Oh,
that
two.
third point could have done like 21,000. It could have been 21,000 damage easily.
That would have made a
Yeah,
lot of
that
sense
would be-
actually, and I think you're right.
Yeah, that's
But
I
probably.
think it was probably
I don't know
two.
I don't
I
know
think it's
how
right.
you block one part of an ultimate and don't block
Oh, I
everything else.
don't
Guard
think it was
break.
the block. I think it was the game just sort of glitches out sometimes and
Yeah.
parts like because it does it in ticks in this game. One of the ticks might have not hit because the game
It's
just
just
glitches
weird.
out sometimes.
Yeah,
Or
with
maybe it could
the
have been something with Now I'm Mad. I mean, that could have, Now I'm Mad ultimately didn't activate, so it was weird.
It was
Yeah.
very.
was
I don't-
Goku next to a wall when that hit?
No, he was on the ground though.
Was he on? No, because he
I
was
don't think he
doing
was
Now
on-
I'm Mad.
Yeah, I thought he was flying.
Yeah.
Oh,
on the-
okay.
Oh, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
that's
he
what
was
you
on the
meant. Okay.
ground.
Sorry, when I hear on the ground, I'm thinking like on his back.
Same.
No, he was on the ground using
Right,
Now
okay.
I'm Mad.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I know.
his feet were
I
touching
get
the
that now, but
grounds.
yeah. Anyway,
So that may have
Okay.
been
We're
why.
definitely switching him back though, because we don't like we've been having bad luck with it ever since we put it on him.
but the 1 week Krillin has his hair is the 1 week he doesn't need to step on the field.
I'm so really depressed about that.
Like, you bastard. I hope you're gonna have it in next week to make amends. Huh?
I'll ask Burn. So you can ask questions.
I'm sorry, I'm one of the few people who really likes that costume. I don't
Make
know
that-
why.
Make
I
that
like.
one of the only two people because I like it too.
Okay, nice.
Okay, everyone said what they kind of want to maybe said.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Just
Yeah.
other than
Good
that, like
force.
it was a good fight and we got our asses handed to us, so good game.
Yeah.
And
Sportsmanship.
Guinea Force versus children. They like to
Yay.
Children.
children. Yes.
Hooray for child.
I will say that
We promote it.
we did. Now
If
we just need to
I-
catch them in Pokeballs. Woo! Or I'm sorry, child balls, Rugrat balls, rug balls.
Rugbat ball.
Sorry.
Child
This is
balls
sounding
just
very
don't
perverted
sound
right
right,
now.
man.
Nope.
Yes, we will sell you these child balls.
Where'd you get them from?
Excuse me.
It sounds like a black market commodity.
Like
Very
Sluggo
popular.
tails.
Okay, let's get on to the match.
Really? But I don't want. No,
Guinea
who?
Can I
Force
just say this?
absolutely destroy.
Yeah, if I can say
Thanks.
this, just for at least for the sake of Raccoon, Raccoon did what we wanted him to do.
Holy
problem
crap,
will-
he did.
Had he been
The
on any other
problem-
map, he would have probably beat GT.
Oh my gosh. I was so happy when I saw him grab him so many times. It was
How
the
many
best
Yeah.
times?
thing.
It was like 5 or 6 grab attempts.
It was like 5, 6 in a row. It was the best thing. And then Squeeze just like, no, Raccoon, you can't do that. And then Fist like, I want to get down to the earth. Why won't it let me go?
Can you imagine? Can you
Oh,
imagine
I
if,
was-
if the game actually let that work and he just planted him from like however many thousand feet up in the
You
air?
can do that in Raging Blast.
Oh,
You can do that.
Really?
You can grab somebody, I believe, as Raccoon, and you can, or not, Raging Blast 2, my bad. You can grab somebody while you're in the air, like, there's, in the World Tournament stage, you can fly up, like, super high in
Right.
the air. And, like, to where you're above, like, blimp level, and just, like, grab them and just, like, take them down into the stadium.
That's
It's
awesome.
the best thing.
I'll be going to try that.
Oh, I loved doing that.
That being said, I mean the Ginyu Force performed a lot better this week than they've been performing. I mean, Raccoon was back on his on a generally defensive build, and it worked wonders. The AI was decent. It held GT Goku to an even fight until GT Goku said "fuck this," and if he did the grab, I think he might have won that fight, but I maybe not. It still would have been close. But that was impressive from Raccoon in general, considering that we kind of put GT Goku there to counter him. I mean, not exactly. We expected, I think,
You were
Goldo
expecting
third.
a- yeah, I
Yeah,
think
we
you were at least expecting a good fight.
Right.
We expected
Um,
the power bodyer first, which was wrong, and then we expected Jay second, which was right, and then we expected Birder Ginyu last. If I remember.
Well, yeah, I mean, normally we wouldn't say, "Hey, we're not expecting Ginyu because you're not in our division," or we're not expecting. Let me start again. We planned as if you were benching Goldo because what we normally do is we try to plan for your best team, and if we don't get your best team, it's a bonus for us. Basically, is what we're doing. So we planned as if Goldo wasn't going to be there.
Oy.
Can I just say, I mean, I know Raccoon's good, and I do see what you guys were trying to do, trying to make him more of just melee and put the Master Throw in there just for good measures. But honestly, because his Master Throw right now, unless you sort of just change it up completely, which it wouldn't have been that smart. So, I mean, you might as well just have benched him. At least that's how I would have done it. Because it's a map where he can really have trouble in. It's one of those maps where you just don't want him to grab, and that's his thing. Even on default AI, I've seen some of the tests before. He still likes to grab a lot.
Well, I,
If
I think
Yeah.
that was.
He just likes holding
Well, yeah,
other
but
people. He's a very
I'm-
physical person. He
I
likes
believe
to touch.
Ginyu has a very specific reason that he explained, I think, to me, but I'll let him explain.
oh, okay, I'm sorry. It's just what I could
Well,
grab from it.
well, to be honest, as much as I wanted to rotate out Raccoon, if I did that, then we would have used all three of Raccoon's rotations, and I felt that
Don't you have four?
Three
Four
rotations
Three.
per
rotations?
character.
No, it is. Yeah, it is.
yeah,
My bad.
we would have used up its last rotation, and we need it for a different
Future
match.
purposes.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, fair enough.
They needed to have a party,
Yeah.
guys.
I don't know.
Plus, we couldn't really rotate out Goldo this week because we have a divisional next week. And
Oh, good.
yeah, next week we're going up again.
How many rotations does Goldo have left?
We have not rotated out Goldo at all.
Oh, nice.
Well,
Well,
That's a
not
good
really
call.
nice considering their win-loss record.
Hey.
saving it for the
Good
divisionals and saving
No,
it
yeah, no,
Shut
for
your
the,
I
mouth.
agree
the
that
stronger teams.
that is
Yeah.
something that I kind of part of me like when I first became coach, I was really surprised Rugrats benched Chi-Chi against Boo and not saved them for the divisionals, which is what you would generally do. But as things are progressing, I'm not sure what we're going to be doing about our divisionals anymore.
Yeah.
Chi-Chi's pretty good
everything's
this
getting
season.
messed up. Uh-huh.
But it got us a win. I mean, we don't. Considering I think week one was a pretty close match, I don't. It not having Chi-Chi in might have won us that match. So it's, and who knows, we still might be able to win the divisionals with Chi-Chi. So
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna bring it up. Chi-Chi went even with Jace this week, which I think was phenomenal for her.
yeah, I mean
Yeah,
the stats might not show it. She ends up, I think she added like 37,000 damage, but considering it was Jace,
Yeah,
Wait,
Jace, no matter if he derps or not, is always a tough customer, and being able to take him down, especially going even with him, is a phenomenal feat.
now that being said, if she didn't connect with an ultimate, she might not have been that much of a factor. But still,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would have to agree. Still,
like
it is nice to see
a
that she.
7.3 thousand point stay away from me with max power and super -1, that did a lot more than I expected.
Stay away from me. Anyway,
Um,
everybody got whatever they want to say?
Not really. Sorry.
Um,
I wanted to
Okay,
point out.
keep going.
I wanted to point out. Power Body Goldo. Well, yeah, it's not. It doesn't make Goldo amazing. The fact that he was decent against Power Body Kid Trunks
not
surprised
to
me.
mention the fact that he went pretty decently against Fasha and O'Reilly in the preseason. Let's not
And
Yeah.
forget that.
yeah,
Power
and
body
Goku
Gilda or Guido or how do you pronounce it?
Guido.
You can just almost call him Guido.
Gildo is a good. I think is
Wait,
smart.
what?
Guido's Italian.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Also an alien.
I think they
Anywho,
anyway. I like power body on him, but I think your best power bodyer is Birder purely because his speed melee is unreal. My opinion, obviously.
I know Ginyu will disagree with that because I remember talking with them about it not doing well in test, which I can understand, but it did
Yeah,
really
I
decently.
yeah, I have to admit, my opinion about Power Body Birder is being swayed a little, but ultimately, we're still undecided on if it's totally going to be worth actually consistently using.
Yeah, that's
Now,
fair.
I mean, normally I'd be of the mind that that's a great idea to use something like that to shore up your weaker characters and make your team as a whole stronger. But I think for the Ginyu Force, I think you just need to make your other three characters as strong as you possibly can and just hope Goldo does something. Because your other three members, as in Raccoon,
Jason
Jason
Birder.
Birder, could very easily do more than a character's worth if they, A, have the right matchups, and B, just are aggressive in general. I mean, even Ginyu. Ginyu, I think it
Ginyu
was
went
last
even
week.
against. Yeah, I remember distinctly. Ginyu went even with Kid Buu.
Yeah.
Well, that normally that would be extremely impressive, but considering Kid Buu hasn't really been that much of a factor this season. But
True.
but I mean, yeah, still, I mean, Ginyu went toe to toe with Kid Buu. He did pretty damn well last week. I think it was against ED. He did surprisingly well because he dodged and he used B2s and he
And
was
use
decent in
mod
melee.
stage.
And if he had hit with that ult, I mean, the way he was fighting, it very well could have changed that match. I mean, Ginyu was doing really, Wolfie, really. Ugh. Uh,
What did he put in the
nothing,
chat now?
nothing. No,
Yes.
ignore the man behind the curtain.
Yes.
What man behind the curtain?
Yes, really.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna go chill looking at the standings
Okay.
again.
You,
Watching
you,
highlights
you
because it's so
said
much better than your
ED.
team.
I had to.
Oh dear.
Anyway,
The funny thing is, I thought you were talking about a comment that Perf made against in the Earth Defender comment about or no, Squee made it about Ginyu being horny. Is what I thought you were going with.
Nope.
Honestly, I wouldn't blame you.
So Goldo did surprise. I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe Goldo will be your I will damage your power body character. You never know.
I mean, he did do well against who was it? Devilman, who was on a defense build.
Yeah, and GG Goku, who was our meleeer, and Kid Trunks, who was also on power body. I mean, it's freaking Kid Trunks.
Kid Trunks
Yeah.
is in my opinion, a top 5 fighter in the league.
He just has been having not the best setups yet.
I mean, he's closing for us. That's
Yeah, I mean-
that's the main reason.
Yeah, well, closing or coming out like third, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, let's go with that.
Shut up.
Last match.
That wasn't even a match. We can't really call this a match, can
The
we?
last exhibition.
Okay,
Right. The last training.
the last booze
Right.
stomping derp.
And they
It-
did
it's
it
it's
without
good to
Kid
see. It's good to see Boo coming back again. I'm not sure if this is actually them coming back or them just deciding to not derp this week.
Although my favorite part of this entire commentary, because I was just kind of passively watching this because I lost interest as soon as they started winning, like by a lot, was when Oob, I can't remember, 19 grabbed Oob. Or no, 19 absorbed one of Oob's blasts.
And he went almost.
Uh,
Didn't he go to max power after that because he could?
Yeah, no, yeah, and then he went to max power, and then Squee goes, "Oh, don't worry, 19, you can have my energy, but next time I'm not gonna use energy. I'm just gonna punch you in the face a bunch." And then he just went
Yeah.
purely melee, and just beat the snot
was
out of
funny.
19. And it was
One
Did
thing-
amazing.
Did
It was
Oob
the
have
best
Power Body
thing.
again this week?
Yes, he did. He's been on Power Body for.
I like
And,
Power
and
Body.
it's definitely working on him.
No, it's working.
He is an
great
aggressive
now.
little piece of
Wait. Who did you say?
He's
Who
an
did you
aggressive
say had
little
power
starving
body?
Indian boy.
Oob.
No.
No?
Oh.
Yeah, he
Nope.
has. No.
Key plus 2,
Not this
Dragon
week.
Power, Fighting Spirit, Launches Support, and then a free Rollies ring.
Huh.
Yep.
Wow.
What?
So
Yeah, they
Oob
do
is
this
just
with him.
So
The
Oob has
cat-
basically become the best character, is what you're saying.
Oops. Damn good. They had it on.
Not exactly.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I mean,
it's
okay.
not Kid Buu.
If
This
I may
is-
say, I
it's
think
not evil.
Oob has become their most consistent character.
Yeah.
I would say that, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I remember in the off season they said a couple times that Evil Boo was the most consistent character, and
One
What
thing
I think they're trying to do with Oob is they're trying to have him work both ways, as a spammer and as a meleeer. And to be honest, I don't think he can do both. He's good in melee, but he just doesn't spam. It doesn't seem to matter which build he has, he won't spam. He
Yeah,
may
I mean,
use a
he-
B2 or 2, but who doesn't?
yeah, I mean he has peppered them in. I mean, a really good blazing barrage palm after a throw or something. I mean, yeah, but then
Oh, yeah.
anybody does that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Kid
I
Trunks
mean-
does that. That's not. We're not giving him launcher support and fighting spirit. It's not making that much of a difference. I don't think.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. They really need to focus on what they want out of Oob, and I think he can really help carry their team up.
One thing I'm gonna make. Devilman almost used Devil Might Beam against Evil Boo.
It was gonna be so
i-
good.
If he just wasn't falling, how much damage that would? Because
would've
Evil
killed him.
Boo had a.
It would have killed
That
him.
would have no. That would have killed. No, it would instantly kill him.
I was looking up the damage
Easily.
stats for Devil Might Beam, and it's like Evil Boo is like tied for the most, and it's 25,000 damage base.
Yeah. No, the top two, it's Evil Boo, Kid
Janemba.
Boo, like Janemba, and then Devilman.
Yeah, Devilman himself is one of the most evil characters.
If Devilman fought Devilman and used Devil Might
Right.
Beam, dead Devilman.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous how powerful that ult is against the right people.
And I would like to point out that Devilman had an interesting attempt, and that I'm not sure if he had key charge. I think he did, but he had where is Derp? There he is. But he had Kibito's Secret Art, which is impressive, because he has, I think it was a 2-point False Courage, which he kept using. Sadly, it wasn't a factor, but he used False Courage a couple times, and he used it to go back to max power quickly, which is great. No, Devilman at Super +1,
I think the
but Fighting
Devilman
Spirits.
with the two stock False Courage, I mean I get that Demon Fork Rush is amazing B2,
It is.
but I think they might want to just focus on a melee and like kind of make him an Oob type deal where he throws
Well,
out.
I remember he was a melee in the minors last season. Not this most
No.
recent season, but the season before when he was paired up
Jim-
with Sandman.
To be honest, though, his melee is a little shit.
I mean,
It's
it would
kind of
be good-
slow.
Devilman might
does-
be a good candidate for Power Body, honestly.
Are they
Yeah,
using
he
that on
definitely
him?
could do that. Yeah, power body, yes. Melee build, I would say no.
Power
His melee is
body,
just
maybe-
not
yeah.
strong or fast, and he really does do so good as a spammer. If they can find a way to get him to spam specifically that Rush B2 more, he'd just
Yeah,
be one of the strongest characters in the league.
That's
I mean,
what
the first couple weeks he was in, he did spam that. I mean, how many? He used it like what 4 or 5 times against Rugrats in our match
Yeah.
to
That's
do
essentially why it was
81,000 damage that
close.
week.
That was why it was really close because he used Demon Fork Rush a lot. And
Yeah.
I was Dur
But
was
he hasn't
talking
been
in the
using it as
chat
much
of the
lately.
stream. Dur was talking in the chat and he said that the AI they had him on this week was inclined to use Demon Fork Rush more than Fork Attack, which is why they had it on him. But I would go back to the old AI because Fork Attack's good and he's better overall, I think. In my opinion.
Huh. How interesting. So basically, the
wouldn't-
new AI decided not to work out, which is unfortunate.
Right.
It was still
I wouldn't
decent.
switch. Okay, I would not switch an AI, hoping that it works a little bit better than the one you have already, which is working pretty damn well, just because it might use a B2 more than the other. Because, I mean, yes, some AIs do pick favorites, but usually that's because one B2 costs more than the other.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Devilman, both of those are two bar B2s, and yes, I know some actually do pick favorites sometimes, but it really doesn't, it's not consistent. It's never consistent. You look
but
at
that
someone.
being said, I mean, considering with respect to all of Team Dirt, because I really do like your team, but considering they are arguably one of the weakest teams this season, and they're facing Boo, who has been generally inconsistent and not exactly the strongest themselves, who else are you going to test against? If you want to try a new AI, Boo is
Fine.
one of the better ones to test against, I would imagine.
And then I'm going through old dirt builds. His first 5 weeks when Devilman was amazing, he was on Krillin AI, and then they switched him the past 2 weeks. So
Yeah,
if I was dirt, I
that
would
was
go.
what
Back to Krillin.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, no one likes Krillin.
definitely. I mean, okay, he may use his B2s more evenly, but he actually uses his B2s.
Right.
So,
Uh-huh. No, what I was trying to get at was I don't like when teams switch up AI just in hopes it does better than an AI that's already doing good. It might not be the most amazing character, but it's doing good and it's
well, yeah,
consistent.
your
Don't
your
bother.
tests had better be amazing in order for you to switch that AI.
You better have like legitimate like this AI beat this my current AI 5 times in a row and was just dominant type deal.
No,
This way.
not just your current AI. It should be able to beat characters across the board better. It's facing against just your own team, just your own character, the same character, means almost.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
It means it could face a character like himself easily. If it's a spammer versus himself, that means he can beat spammers similar to that spammer easily. It
That's
doesn't mean he could beat
But-
really, really high nuke spammers like say Adult Go On.
It is interesting though, because like if you look at it now, other than Devilman, who would you say Derp's strongest character is? Because it's not Salza.
You can argue 19. He is pretty damn consistent.
Yeah,
If 19
I would-
were to grab like Jiro grabs, then yes. But he likes
Then
to
yeah,
suck
I
up
would agree.
beats.
I mean,
Others
defense
do
plus
not.
2,
Okay.
defense. I mean, Jiro grabs more than 19 does,
19.
but 19 sucks up more beams than Jiro does.
And he's just overall, like, his B2s are better. Like, just overall, his
Rose?
B2s are so much better. No, 19s.
No, 19. Yeah,
rush
I mean,
and-
if he was able
and
to
a
use his
beam.
B2s more,
He does, though. Well, whenever he sucks them up, he tends to use them, which is nice.
yeah.
Whenever,
Can I? What's his ultimate? I've never seen his ultimate. Ever.
I looked it up. It's life drain 20 or 19, and it's like he sucks up like 8,000 points of damage, and then shoots eye lasers at him.
That's pretty
Save
good.
you a 19.
Yeah.
Save you a 19.
That's not
that's
bad.
basically 19 and Jiro basically have the same ultimate where they basically have a super grab.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
would.
doesn't your rose go through your chest? Like he punches a hole through your chest. Oh, I was kind of
Well,
hoping it would be.
They should have added that. They should have been like, oh yeah, if Jiro grabs you if the grab would kill you, then it
Cuts
just
you,
goes.
it kills you. It goes
Like,
If it was Yamcha, if he ever grabs Yamcha,
Only if it was Yamcha.
Only if it
Only
was Yamcha.
That
Uh,
is
That should have been
hashtag,
something in the
we're
Raging
looking for
Blast
modders.
series.
We're looking for modders.
modders.
No, G, you said no
I said
modders.
modders.
I lied.
Looking for modders.
I lied. This is too good to pass up. Yamcha needs a hole through his chest. Stat.
Well, too bad. We already played Android.
What
so suck on it.
what is 19's
Damn it.
B1s? Because he had spiritual control, which is what, more B1s? Yes.
Yes.
His
False courage
B1
and something
is
else.
Pump up.
false courage and like
He has
Pump
pump
up.
up.
False
Why
courage.
would-
I
Why
I
would
understand
you waste
false
3
courage.
points? I mean, I understand false courage for his grabs, But he's not the most consistent grabber. I mean, he did grab against Broly, but then again, it's Broly. Sorry.
And
But
then
Yeah, I
his
have to admit,
his
Broly has
B1s
something to
aren't
say.
exactly that great. Not to, I mean, it might be worth putting Kabitos on them, but spiritual control?
yeah, they had
That's
room for
3 points.
they had
You could
room
have
for
I
used,
mean,
Kabitos that match too. They only had
you,
one Kabitos on their team.
yeah. I
they
mean,
could be trying
I
to
mean,
go for.
you could have used like latent energy for more defense. You could have used. I mean, I don't know how he plays, but you could have used like
Wait,
indignation for when he throws out more B2s because he's going to throw out B2s eventually. He's a
they
freaking
could
android.
be trying to go for the late Piccolo type. Because late Piccolo has built spiritual control. Basically, he does have the all out, which is amazing. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's
awesome.
awesome. But he usually uses false courage to an amazing degree. I mean, can't stop his melee. He's super aggressive, and
Yeah.
he tends to throw a B2 while it's on as well, and it's very nice. Maybe they were trying to go for that sort of thing. Now, I
But
mean,
have
it
they been
does
using that
leave
before
little
though? Because
space.
it's one of those. If you haven't used it before, why would you
No.
use it?
Well, it could be for the reason you just stated about why they would what is it, try a new AI on
Well, yeah,
Devilman.
because it was the booze, but I mean,
Yeah.
that would be like you try one thing against the booze, not like three.
Yeah. Well, here's the
Yeah.
deal. When you're testing in league, the best way I think you can do it is you test two, and then you have your two most consistent players on the average build. And
Right.
that's how you got it. That's how you have to test. So you at least have a chance to win.
Well, I suppose it depends on the team, but yeah, I mean, I would probably do like one test unless it's a relatively solid, like it's a like one crazy, not crazy, but one unique test and one consistency test, probably I would say,
Yeah.
and then the rest of them like go balls to the walls. This works.
Well, I think the perfect example is that is Super Saiyans last year. They tried Ultimate Gohan or not Ultimate Gohan,
Adult.
Adult Gohan with Halo, and that worked. That was good, and like that was their
Yeah.
consistent character while they were testing around, which is like
Which was surprising considering it was Halo.
Not
You know what?
surprising was that they bursted out against my team.
Yeah. They tested it out against ED too. Anyway, I've come up with a plan.
okay.
Go 10 Halo. Boom.
Yo.
I mean what?
Oh.
No. I mean Chi-Chi Halo. That's what I mean.
I mean to say that this shall be.
This
I don't know. Okay.
shall not.
Devilman Halo. Devilman Halo. Because he needs
Oh,
that one
God.
bar
If
B2.
he
Because he
did
needs
that,
it.
holy cow.
That's actually not bad.
Gee, you
in
say
all honesty.
to answer your statement in the chat. No, not over an hour. Almost 2 hours.
Woohoo!
Well, okay, we did the Skype thing lies a little
And I just
because we started.
No, I'm talking about my recording.
Oh, you got
timer.
right. Okay,
All right. Speaking of which,
so
that's the
we
one.
should wrap this up then.
You can shove it, cause I'll keep going as long.
Okay,
as
so
I
that
want.
was
That's
Never
all.
mind.
All that is for the week.
That's
Oh,
all she wrote, folks.
That's all, folks.
Brought to you by Spacies.
I ended it right as you said that.